Good morning and welcome. You're on to Aspheric TV and this is the morning newspaper briefing. My name is Dabaru Gifts. This is a program where we bring you front pages of Nigerian dailies, and later in the show we get to discuss some of the issues that these newspapers raised. I'll start off with the Daily Sun newspaper. It says here, campaign flag off. Amid mammoth crowd, Atiku outlines rescue plan. Pledges to address hunger, insecurity, disunity. Wike, 4 other PDP governors absent at rally. Will deploy technology to ensure victory, Obaseki. ASU to call off strike in days. Baja Biamila Falana. Dogara, APC Northern Christian leaders. Imposters, says Tinubu. Calls PDP party of looters. No alternative to our victory, Buhari. Wike bags FG's award of infrastructure delivery. The Nation newspaper says PDP is party of termites, can't return to power, says Tinubu. Buhari lists winning strategies at Tinubu/Etima Women's Sim inauguration. APC accuses Dogara of using religion to cause disaffection. Buhari to confer infrastructure award on Wike October 21st. Fire raises Kogi House of Assembly complex. INEC political parties can't substitute candidates again. The Daily Trust newspaper says race to presidency. Atiku unveils agenda, pledges jobs, poverty eradication, others. Join the rescue winning team Okowa, Tambuwal, Ayu, others urge voters. Wike, 4 other governors absent. PDP crisis will soon be over, Diri. ASU promises to end strike after meeting reps. NAF airstrikes kill terrorist kingpin, Ali Dogo, 30 others in Kaduna. Obajana, Presidency wades in Kogi government's Dangote standoff. Lokoja flood. Petrol scarcity spreads to states as gas price spikes. The Guardian newspaper, it says here, budget deficits. Operators fume as FG's borrowings undermine real sector. 9 months after, ASU discovers light at the end of strike tunnel. Obi's endorsement, you can't speak for us, Yoruba Afenifere, tells Akeredolu. Rivers ex-deputy speaker slams Wike over executive order 21. CDSASC denies Boko Haram prisoners swap for release of 23 train attack victims. Lastly, we have the Punch newspaper. It says here, Atiku campaign. PDP governors hit Uyo with 15 private jets. Wike, Otom, Makinde, 2 others absent as party begins 2023 electioneering. Obaseki holds South-South stakeholders meeting in Uyo. Diri, Udom pledge support. Ayu appeals to aggrieved governors, says party needs everyone to rescue Nigeria. Amosun backs ADC candidates. APC says ex-governor treacherous. Family loses only child, blames short-staffed Ondo hospital. Both accidents claim 701 lives in 34 months. Those are the newspaper headlines. Please stay with us. We'll be right back after this break. guest, Mr. Mustafa Abdul Malik, with me in the studio. Welcome on the program, sir.
Good morning.
Let's start off with the flooding issue. I think over the weekend I've seen a lot of it, the videos, pictures making rounds on various social media platforms. That is the Lokoja flood, basically. That didn't make it to the papers directly, but the fuel scarcity made it to the papers, and I think that is in line with the flooding, because I think that's a major route for most of these petrol tankers to come into Abuja and other states, and this is causing a little bit of scarcity. What are your thoughts on this issue?
Well, the issue of flooding, I think it last happened in 2012. The same way it happened in 2012, that is exactly what is happening now. Then I could recall the explanation given then was that a dam in Cameroon was flooded with water, and the Cameroonian authority decided to release the water. And as expected, since it's like a slow movement from the dam is above River Benue there, right from the source in Cameroon. So it now flowed to River Benue, from River Benue now to Lokoja, which is the confluence of the river between Niger and Benue. And then from there now, it now flowed to down south. Well, it's really sad that this thing, it happened 10 years ago, and now it repeats again. Issue regarding the natural disaster is a different thing, but this one is more or less like a disaster that we saw it coming, and nothing was done until it happened. Now, a lot of people are suffering. Apart from the flooding that took over like almost about 5 local governments in Kogi, it also occurred in Anambra, Bayelsa, and some other states down south. Well, whether we like it or not, we must bear the brunt of a disaster of this nature, because Nigeria is not, no part of Nigeria is an island. We all relate and interdepend on one another, and you now see that we are bearing the brunt in a way that it has to do with scarcity of fuel, because for over some time the haulage of our fuel down from the terminal in Lagos to up north, it's through the road. It's not through any other means. It's not by pipeline or any other means again, but through the road. And the only road that links north to south, which is the Lokoja road, has been submerged by water. So now, though as at yesterday, the road safety officials are there, are trying to create way, to make way for tankers to pass. But that is the only road that linked north and south. So you can imagine the level of traffic on that road there. So no matter what road safety try to do, they cannot solve that problem immediately. It will continue to remain there because an entire local government has been submerged completely. Part of Lokoja too has been taken over. Part of the road has been taken over. So that is the situation for now. And I believe that before the water will recede, it will take quite some time. So I believe federal government should be able to come into it at least, so that since we have already known that this thing is occurring from time to time, they should be able to liaise with the Cameroonian authority to say, okay, look, if you are going to release this water, we should make a way for it. It's not just something that they will just release on their own and just go like that. Because if you observe very well, some countries, take for instance like the River Nile, which is started from Sudan down to Egypt and some other part of Eastern Africa, you discover that whatever thing that when Ethiopia want to dredge the river, they have to alert the Egyptian authority, and even down to Sudan, it becomes an international politics. So that is the same way that is supposed to be applicable to here. Nigerian authorities should be able to take it on with Cameroon authority, because at every time they release this thing, Nigerians suffer it most.
Right. In insecurity issues, or better some security issues, the NAF airstrikes have killed a group of terrorists, 30 in number, and then the leader, the kingpin, Ali Dogo, and others in Kaduna State. I think this is a major victory to Nigeria. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, common people would really say it on the street that look, that they wish, if the story is true, You know, it has come to the level that because each time we hear about Nigeria Air Force, military, police go after this, say they have killed dozens, they have killed quite numbers of terrorists, but you keep on seeing the issue of insecurity, the issue of terrorists, the issue of bandits keep reoccurring. And the more they reoccur, whenever the authority now decide to say, okay, they have killed so number of people, since people will still doubt it to say, look, are they really killing these people? If they are killing them, their number is supposed to be going down instead of increasing. So that is the situation now. But whether we like it or not, we must give it to the military that, look, they have tried. They continue to, they should go after them. They should go after them, kill them wherever they are. They shouldn't give them that breathing space to exist. No nation survive with terrorists. When you have a terrorist, it undermines the national security, apart from the individual that constitute the state, that they undermine their lives. It undermines virtually everything, because as we now have it now, you now discover that this a band of terrorists now, that they can decide to write a letter to say, okay, this community contribute this money to us, or else we'll do this, and they will do it. So we'll give it to the credit. We'll give credit to the military. They have done it, and they should continue to do more.
Moving on, ASU has been on strike for 9 long months, and then it seems there's a promising headline here that says ASU promises to call off the strike after meeting with reps. Do you think this is just one of those things that are on the news, or actually there's a possibility that the strike is coming to an end after this meeting with reps?
Well, we wish it. We just take ASU by their words. Said, okay, they are seeing light at the end of the tunnel based on the meeting they held with Speaker of the House of Rep. Well, it shouldn't be something that they are being boxed to the corner through the court injunction, court judgment, to say, okay, at least, you know, due to that court judgment, they gave them 7 days. Or is it 7 days or 14 days to make sure that they comply and call off the strike. It shouldn't be a situation whereby they will just call off to say, okay, they meet up with the judgment to say, okay, they call off and then stay for some time again and go back again. You understand? These are technicalities within the legal framework. We just pray so that they should have. It can be win. They can win. It's, you know, anything that has to do with negotiation, anything that has to do with kind of dialogue. You can't totally win all. You must win in one side and lose in one side. As it is now, they should put into consideration the feeling of the students. Students have been at home for good 8 months now, meaning they have lost a complete a session. It doesn't all go well. It's not done that way. ASU should put into consideration the feeling of the student. Likewise, the federal government too, they should not look at it from the angle of saying, okay, they have dragged ASU to the court and they have got the victory through the court process. It shouldn't be something that the ASU would just on their own and government too. No, they should at least, government should put into consideration the fact that ASU is going to recall back the strike and go back to the class. It should be an opportunity to say, okay, they will look into the demand of ASU. ASU again, they should put into consideration the situation of the things in Nigeria today. The economy is ailing. The economy is not doing too well. If it has to do with the money, the aspect of the money, I think the government before they said they're about 170 something billion, but right now, based on the 2023 budget, I saw it that government has jacked it up to 400 and something, 70 some, either 473 billion to ASU alone. So it's something that is encouraging. Although it's just a projected estimation, it's not something that has been released yet, but at least they should give government the benefit of that and call off this strike.
Let's hope it comes to an end very soon. Moving on to politics, the PDP has kick-started its campaign, and that happened in Uyo. The Punch newspaper carried a rather interesting headline, and it says, PDP governors hit Uyo with 15 private jets. Some of the things Atiku highlighted was eradicating poverty, unemployment, and all of that. Do you think this is an insensitive move, PDP governors parading with private jets and all of that amidst campaigns? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, these are, whether we like it or not, they are not just ordinary persons. They are not ordinary Nigerians like you and I. We don't expect them to move around on the road. At least these are people that, apart from moving for their political campaign here and there, at least this ordinarily on a good day, you don't expect Atiku to go by road to anywhere. These are people that they have been enjoying this luxury for quite some time by flying their private jet. Well, they must go there through the only available means, of which is their private jet. Well, the other aspect I would look into it is the fact that they now kickstart their campaign as a divided house, not 30. How they are going to do it is left for them. Although the governor, like the governor Diri of Bayelsa, said that they are going to push forward and unite everyone. But so far now, you have seen that Governor Wike refused to embrace that unity, whatever unity the chairman of the party should go, and eventually he still hang on. And then Atiku now said that he's talking about unemployment, hunger, and some other things. These are prevailing situations that everybody already know that this is what is happening to our nation today. Unemployment is on the increase. Unemployment has gone as high as 23%. Hunger is biting almost everybody. So it's not like a new thing. The only thing now that Nigerians would like to hear is how do you going to tackle this issue of hunger? How will you tackle the issue of unemployment? I think based on his blueprint, he has released his blueprint too, but are Nigerians ready to look into blueprints? Because we are now used to something like every time, every politician will now present a particular plan, and then by the time they step into office, they now act differently. And when they act differently, and then the result will become a different result. And for instance, now you now discover that in 2014, 2015. APC presented a kind of a blueprint, a manifesto, a well-drafted manifesto, but then they look at where we are today. So that is just the situation today. Nigerians are not ready to be taken for a ride, but we wish them the best of luck.
May the best man win.
Amen.
Thanks for joining us. You can follow us on all of our social media platforms. On Instagram and Twitter, we are Aspheric News, and on Facebook, we are official Aspheric News. Thanks for watching. Bye.